Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and let me from the outset of this video say that I was somewhat almost reluctant to make this video. We basically have debuted to us the second teaser for Star Wars The Force Awakens, and my immediate sort of reaction to that was utmost excitement. I mean, it thrilled me through the roof, took me back to my childhood, even more so, harder core than the first teaser trailer for all of the things that were going on in it. And my immediate thought after seeing the trailer was, I have to talk about this. But then I also had the thought, the sort of competing thought, if you will, well, everybody else is already going to be doing this ad nauseum. I mean, you're going to have people who are going to be, shot by shot, doing analyses and talking about all these different things, reading into it, giving you more information than you probably had to begin with, unless you've been looking into it. And I'm somebody who's been somewhat reserved with the information. I didn't know until this trailer and seeing some of the articles, looking at it, shot by shot, what the hell the villain's name even was in the movie. I didn't actually have it memorized or anything like that. I wasn't familiar with the character or what the emphasis was going to be along those lines. And I didn't want to come on here and just be sort of an info dump. I didn't want to, analyze it screenshot by screenshot, because everybody else is already doing that. And I thought to myself, well, should I even make a video? But this is too big. It's too big to not talk about. So I kind of thought I would focus a little bit more so on the visceral emotions, the excitement, the raw, amped up excitement I felt watching this trailer for everything that was going on in it. I won't be doing an in-depth, scene-by-scene description or anything like that. If you want to check out the trailer, it will be linked in the description below. There's also an article from IO9 which does look at it a little more in-depth. The only article I've looked at that has done so, because I do want to be kept in the dark to a point. I want to be surprised when this movie comes out. And I was surprised by the end of this particular teaser, I have to say, because I knew nothing about it. As much as stuff was going around the internet about it, finally after so many hours, it was like I was just lucky, supremely lucky, that I didn't have the end of this trailer spoiled for me. But I mean, from the John Williams score amping up and that first shot, I mean, it was momentous to me, seeing what appears to be a desert on Tatooine. And you have a Star Destroyer that was probably, hailing back to the original trilogy, was destroyed and came crashing down from orbit. You also see in a blink and you'll miss it, sort of just ahead of this particular Star Destroyer, you see the remnants of an X-Wing as well. And that's kind of, as I say, a blink and you'll miss it thing, which I didn't actually catch until I saw the IO9 article. But you have like Vader's helmet, and you have what was the first set of goosebumps for me, other than the John Williams score, Luke Skywalker's voiceover, Mark Hamill reprising, and he's giving us that speech from Jedi about, who in his family has the Force, has Force capabilities, and he talks about his father has it. And I see a lot of people talking about, well, why didn't he say had it? But let's not forget the Force spirit equation. We might see, a posthumous Anakin Skywalker in this film, for all we know. But the point being, his sister also has it, and at that point in the trailer, we see basically a lightsaber exchange hands, and it's believed that this is possibly Leia, handing maybe Daisy Ridley's character a lightsaber, or who knows exactly what's going on. But I can't wait to find out is my point. And of course, when he does talk about, I have it, meaning Luke himself has the Force power, there's this great shot of R2-D2 and a cybernetic hand, somebody in a robe with a white sleeve, and it kind of looked a little odd, but, I'm guessing this is supposed to be Luke in this modern incarnation. We don't actually see his face. And you're getting some action shots of Daisy and John Boyega's character running away from explosions. You have the villain character, Kylo Ren, I think is how his name is pronounced. You have stormtroopers and X-Wings and stuff in space, and I mean, the Millennium Falcon, flying through the remnants of, I guess it's the Star Destroyer or perhaps other crashed ships. And then, of course, by the end, the point that I lost it, the point that tears actually, forget welling up, the tears flowed. Harrison Ford as Han Solo, standing next to his lifelong chum Chewbacca. Chewie, we've come home. And yes, you have indeed. In fact, if you've watched this trailer and you've grown up with Star Wars, we've all come home with this trailer by the end. And what more is there to say? What more is there to say except for the fact that I really was misty-eyed. The tears were flowing. I was like, this recaptured the glory of the presence and the feel of Star Wars that I've known all my life. Those aspects that I have loved. And even, I'm somebody who even can find and cherry pick out of the prequel trilogy, which is pretty much, you know, garbage for the most part. I can still watch those movies and find things to enjoy out of them, you know, the sort of remastered versions of the original trilogy while I would, and I'm always championing, you know, being able to get a untouched original theatrical cut trilogy of that original trilogy release. Even with, you know, the updates and everything as of the last DVD release, I can still watch those and enjoy them. In fact, I'm going to be popping them in shortly after this video because I'm just on a Star Wars high after this trailer. And that's the thing I'm left with. You know, forget the analyses, forget looking in, you know, everything in depth and trying to read into everything. What this trailer offered was just hella awesome emotions, just childlike wonder and awe. And there is some elements of mystery, like what's going on, and people are already reading into it. And I don't want to be one of those people. I just want to be sitting back, having eyegasms as this thing flows over my eyeballs, and that's exactly what I had. And I think I'm going to be like a lot of people in that you know, aren't necessarily up to par on everything that's going on and what the story's supposed to be about. There's whole, you know, articles and imageries and, you know, images and Facebook pages and everything like that that are, you know, showing off behind the scenes footage and all this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, great, you know, whatever. I like some of the, you know, sort of official and I guess you could say, template artwork they've been releasing for posters and characters and, you know, the full Stormtrooper armor as it's going to appear in the new trilogy and what have you, but, or the new take on Star Wars, whatever you want to call it. I have liked some of that stuff that I have seen sort of peripherally, but I don't want to dig too deep. And, when, you know, at the end of the day, by the time you're done with this trailer, which I've watched probably about 11 times as of the time of this recording, I'm going to go watch it a few more. It was just gangbusters. It was just, wow. I can't equate it to anything. You know, with the exception of the excitement of seeing, like, you know, the Batman v Superman thing, you know, the fact that you're going to have these two characters on screen, something I've wanted since my early childhood, you know, seeing these great productions of Marvel movies and stuff with these characters, and now Star Wars, and it's really real. That's the thing. It's not a tease anymore. It's not fan films. This is the real deal. And what solidifies that, hearing Luke, seeing Han and Chewie, we're home. We've come home. And so I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what your reaction to the Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer, teaser trailer number 2, I believe it is. You know, whether you were excited, whether you're not, whether you even bothered watching it, if it's leaving you sort of, I know some people, you know, as sort of controversial as it may be, did not react well and were not as impressed as the rest of us seem to be. And anything goes in the comments below, as long as it's not spoilery material. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the trailer, speculations, and thus. Love having the conversation with you guys. So otherwise, that's pretty much all I have to say on it. And I hope this video finds you well. May the Force be with you. Catch you later. Peace.